Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel here once again, and welcome back to System Shock Radio. So, I got some topics for you guys today. Hey, quite a few of them today, so without further ado, let's get right into it. So, starting with the first topic, and that is going to be that we've already gotten, and this, admittedly, is kind of a bit old, I should say, but I haven't gotten around to talking about it just yet, but and so here we are. But so far we've gotten some images and some gameplay for Mortal Kombat 1, and so I'm not necessarily going to show you guys gameplay, but I am going to show you guys images. So alright, so we can see here some stuff such as a smoke here, which I believe this smoke is the one voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, aka the voice of Spider-Man, and in the PS4 Insomniac universe, or I guess just PlayStation because it's now carried over to the PS5. And then here is Cyrax, if I'm not mistaken, and of the Cyberlink Way. Hey, so there they are here. And then we have Kitana and Sonya Blade looking really nice as well. We have Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and Smoke. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this version of Sub-Zero is actually going to be Bihan, who would become Noob Saibot. So, a total reboot here. And then we have Liu Kang, aka Fire God Liu Kang, who's now going to be essentially taking Raiden's place, fully taking Raiden's place. And now we have here, and take a look at Jax. That's pretty cool. Jax, and then Kano here. Well, nice to see Liu Kang also reanimate Kano. Priorities, I guess. But we also have Kenshi here. It's awesome to see Kenshi making his return into the game. Man, looks like we're gonna be able to team up with both characters, and they're gonna be able to perform fatalities as well, which is pretty cool. Well, I wanted to get Johnny Cage though. I want to show Johnny Cage because I do have to talk about his design. Johnny Cage is probably one of my absolute favorite Mortal Kombat characters, and here he is here. But that being said, I gotta be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of this design. And I get what they're going for, trying to make Johnny Cage look younger, but I don't think it really played out as well as it was meant to. He actually kind of looks older to me, but I get edit new era, new design and stuff. But I'm admittedly not the biggest fan of this design. But at least his personality is intact and stuff. And Liu Kang thought to bring him back into the new era as well. And then and as he's about to flip off his opponent there, but I also like the nice house and everything that Johnny Cage has. As of course he's an actor, so he should be able to afford a lot of nice things. No, doesn't have the green energy this time around, or at least doesn't have it yet in terms of this universe. And his fatality is really nasty. Just slam them on the ground, just pulling them up, and their face is gone. Kind of similar to what he did in Mortal Kombat X, but yeah. But otherwise, the other character models I think look fine for the most part. And here, alright, this admittedly is kind of a better angle of Johnny Cage, if this is like his official design for the game. But otherwise, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it. But that's personally just me. Alright, but yeah, even despite that, I am still very excited to see what Mortal Kombat 1 will bring. I'm excited to eventually, when I get my PS5, to have it in hand. Or if I decide to go for the Xbox Series X. I haven't really decided yet between the two. But next thing I want to talk about is that Monday Night Raw came to Buffalo, and I went on Monday. So, for starters, that means that I've now been to all three major shows, unless you count Impact, TNA, Impact Wrestling as well. But the major three, that being Monday Night Raw, AEW Dynamite, and Friday Night SmackDown. The only one is Collision, because that's another kind of major show, but that hasn't come to Buffalo yet. But so I went to Raw. My first time going to Raw since 2015. So, I've been to W live events before, like live shows. And it's funny that the last two like W events I went to before I went to AEW and then SmackDown were Raw. So I went to the old school Raw they had in 2013, and I went to a Raw episode they had in Buffalo in 2015, and those were pretty fun. But it's funny that the world champion going in when I went to that Raw in 2015 was Seth Rollins. This is around June or July. This one Seth Rollins was feuding with Kane and everything while WWE champion, but he was a world champion then. And now that I went on Monday, who's the world champion? Seth Rollins. Funny how things work out sometimes, but it was pretty fun. And they did have a section blocked off because of the stage, and sadly, my seat was kind of behind the stage a little bit. Which did kind of suck, but I was still able to see most of the stuff. Plus, they have like the screens, which actually stopped working for a bit and went out. So they were doing the channel like fix the screen, and they eventually did. But it was pretty cool. I did sit up in the nosebleeds, which did kind of suck. But at the same time, at least when you're in the nosebleeds, you can see pretty much everything, like the ring and stuff. It was cool to see all like superstars there. No Brock Lesnar, but Cody Rhodes was there, and Cody Rhodes' entrance, like that was the one I was the most excited to see, like in person, how that would play out, and it was interesting to play out live, seeing like the fireworks and stuff for Cody Rhodes. And seeing his pyro and everything. It was pretty cool. We also had of course the Judgment Day, which the Judgment Day of Seth Rollins had like 3 different segments. There was as the segment to open up because they're still teasing the whole dissension between Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Although Finn Balor and Damian Priest, at least for now, seem to have made amends. And then they had the false start of Seth Rollins and Dominic Mysterio supposed to have their match, but interference, and then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn got involved, and then they came out for the main event in the 6-man tag between Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn against Judgment Day's Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio, which prompted an argument backstage. Oh joy! There was an argument between the people involved, how the match went out, and ultimately, there was some stuff in the match that did look a little bit clunky. Some stuff that was like, that didn't really turn out well. So there was that. Ricochet and Logan Paul had their segment with Ricochet flipping over the top rope, and people were excited about that. Like, as soon as he backed up, like towards the rope, I was like, oh, is he gonna do the dive again? And which I think they talked about it on like social media and stuff. Not the first time Ricochet has pulled off a dive like that. And it was pretty much supposed to be like a callback to when he did the same to the Velveteen Dream in NXT. Except I think Velveteen Dream's sell of it was a little bit better. Like I think the thing is like Logan Paul's sell of it versus Ricochet's sell of it is that Velveteen, they just let the moment play out and just let the moment be, essentially, versus Logan Paul, he sold the moment, but then had to go right back into his like shtick and everything. And if they had just let it like rock a little bit, I think it probably would have played out a little bit better. But that's just me. Most of the heels won their matches, which was interesting to see. Zoe Stark getting a win over Becky Lynch. The Miz getting a win over Tommaso Ciampa with interference from Bronson Reed. So Tommaso Ciampa is going to need somebody to fight The Miz and Bronson Reed because he's to a 1 disadvantage. Maybe someone he teamed up with, maybe someone from Cleveland, Ohio. Someone who the fans have wanted Tommaso Ciampa to reunite and team with for a while now. I can't think of anybody, but nevertheless, so that was pretty cool to see. So yeah, it was a pretty fun time all throughout, even being up in the nosebleeds and stuff. Was pretty fun to see. But next up, I'm now heading over to the other side in AEW. There's some policy changes, and there and reception to it is interesting so far. A lot of new safety protocols have been introduced, and these were introduced the other day and talked about the other day. And let's go through some of them, or all of them, I should say. So now we have a list of banned moves and actions, and and that AEW has implemented it as part of safety and everything. And the banned moves and actions include chair shots to the head, chair shots to the back of the head, buckle bombs, moves where a wrestler falls backward into a turnbuckle, imitating concussion or seizure symptoms while selling a move, spitting, bleeding while in the crowd, using weapons or projectiles in the crowd, throwing anything with blood on it into the crowd, taking food and drinks from fans in the crowd, and making contact with fans in the crowd. So that's the banned moves and actions. And it's funny when you read the rules and know exactly who they apply to, you know exactly the two that like mostly apply to. But the buckle ball also and like chair shots to the head and stuff also banned in WWE. So I guess that's AEW's way of like being safe, because chair shots to the head and the concussions have been a problem for quite some time in the wrestling business, for a little while now. It makes sense. But now we have but we also have a new list of moves and actions that require pre-approval. So I guess they had to consult like the coaches or management before pulling off these moves. And these are spots and bumps on the ring apron and outside, table slash ladder slash chair spots in and out of the ring, only allowed with padding. Any elevated spots outside the barricades, dives and ladder spots on stage, around the arena, and other places outside of the ring. All pile driver tombstone variations, including sit-down drivers, inverted poison hurricane rana, and vertebreakers. High-risk dives or top rope moves, such as the 450, 630, double moonsaults, SSP, etc. International bleeding, or intentional bleeding. My goodness, I cannot read, but intentional bleeding of any sort, not just blading. Throwing people into, through, over the ring steps, commentary table, bell table, or guardrails or barricades. Weapon usage, including chairs, pipes, kendo sticks, hammers, ring bells, bats, chains, etc. Title belts, thumbtacks, skewers, barbed wire, and other sharp puncturing objects, extra powder, aerosol sprays, or liquids. Throwing any weapons or objects, such as chairs, etc. Choking, strangling with hands or a weapon, or hanging spots. Injury spots or angles, whether or not medical is involved or called to the ring. Any physicality in the crowd or crowd brawling, and any physicality involving referees, managers, extras, celebrities, or special guests. So, with these changes implemented, and again, I get why these were implemented for safety and everything, and especially because this is stuff that a lot of has happened quite a bit in AEW. But at the same time, I feel like people are upset because this is stuff that's happened a lot in AEW. A lot of these safety obviously a concern for the wrestlers and the people that work for and stuff. But I feel like kind of like that edgy nature with a lot of these stuff kind of is what kind of differentiated from WWE in a lot of veins, and so people aren't really as receptive to it because now it feels like just another WWE perhaps, and that's I think what people are concerned about. But hopefully the wrestlers will be able to work around them, and the stuff that requires pre-approval, I imagine there will be people like the wrestlers who lobby for getting these approved in their matches and stuff. But we'll see if this has any major effects on the product on TV and stuff for AEW. But next thing I want to talk about is the Blackpool Combat Club versus the Elite Blood and Guts match. But more specifically, the changes that have been made. Unfortunately, first of all, I will say that. This is pretty much like something that's been brewing for a while. The whole Blackpool Combat Club versus the Elite. It's been a feud for a while. Going back to pretty much towards I think like either last year or earlier this year, or her, but it's now culminating in the blood and guts match. But they had to make some substitutions, unfortunately, because Bryan Danielson is injured. He was injured at Forbidden Door, and it's an injury that is way worse than they thought. So he's not going to be able to compete at Blood and Guts, which really does suck. But they gave some replacements, one each. The Elite had a fifth member. I guess Eddie Kingston is out, which makes sense. They're doing the whole conflicted storyline with him and Jon Moxley, and then the Blackpool Combat Club, obviously, because Danielson won't be in. So the Blackpool Combat Club will now consist of, and I'll just mention the people involved and their fifth man at the end. But Blackpool Combat Club will consist of Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Konosuke Takeshita, and their fifth man is Pac. And it does make sense as Pac and the Elite, and or more specifically the Death Triangle and the Elite had their best of 7 last year. And the Elite broke his face, so Pac, and they brought up that Pac is that Pac has always been anti-Elite. And I'm also seeing kind of similar news scrolling by here, and it looks like Hook is going to be battling Jungle Boy for the FTW Championship on Dynamite next Wednesday. So that's going to be interesting. But Pac is going to be the fifth man for the Blackpool Combat Club. So does that mean Pac is heel? Does that mean Pac is just against the Elite? Or does that mean that the Death Triangle is heel as well? Or perhaps some combination of the three. And then for the Elite, their members are going to be Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, Hangman Adam Page, and Kota Ibushi. People kind of knew it was going to be Kota Ibushi for a while, but now we got the confirmation. The Golden Elite is back in action. Unfortunately, not too familiar with that because I don't really watch New Japan. But if this and Forbidden Door is anything to go by, hey, I should definitely start watching New Japan. And I have a list of matches I want to review. I have a list of it. On my in my Google Drive, I do have a couple New Japan matches on there, and I think this is pretty much like the confirmation to watch some New Japan. So I will get on that. I will stop slacking. And okay, AEW, you win. I'll watch New Japan, and not like I'm objecting to watching New Japan, obviously, but it's just more so some white. You win. And you win. I'm waving the white flag. I'll watch New Japan. But no, seriously, I definitely did want to get into New Japan, but this is more so the confirmation here. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they do for Blood and Guts. It's gonna be my first Blood and Guts match I've ever seen, so I gotta catch up on the other ones. But the next thing I want to talk about is some stuff for Deadpool 3. So first of all, if you haven't already, go check out my review of the Deadpool movie that I came out with yesterday. As we continue our look into the X-Men movies, but Deadpool 3, we got some images. We also have an update, which is kind of concerning, but we do have some images. So, all right, so we have some images of Deadpool here, and Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, because Wolverine's gonna be in the movie, and Hugh Jackman in his X-Men costume this time around. Hugh Jackman / Wolverine finally gave in to wearing the X-Men costume. So we got the image of Deadpool Wolverine here, and then we got an image of them fighting here. It's gonna be interesting. Of course, Wolverine and Deadpool have fought quite a bit, but it is pretty cool to see Hugh Jackman in his Deadpool outfit. And it is cool to see the outfit they're gonna pick for Deadpool here as well, kind of similar to the other ones, but also in that comic accurate vein. But the reason I say it's concerning is because this movie apparently has been put on hold indefinitely, and that's due to the writer strike going on in Hollywood right now. The writers are protesting that they're not getting paid enough, which definitely is the case and definitely justifiable. But it does kind of suck that stuff like this will be delayed, but I understand why they're protesting, and it's important. But getting this image here, and when the Deadpool movie does come out, I imagine it'll be really solid. So yeah, just seeing this, I am excited. It does look goofy and cartoony, but that is the whole point. But it does still look pretty cool for the most part. Or seeing Wolverine in the costume and seeing how they got the Wolverine costume here, and seeing Wolverine, Hugh Jackman getting back in the saddle as Wolverine. And, he said Logan was supposed to be the end for Wolverine, but the power of Ryan Reynolds. Alright, so yeah, pretty exciting stuff there. But the last thing that I want to talk about out here, let's talk about bullying. So, this is coming about because, unfortunately, one of the younger members of my family is being bullied in school right now. But bullying is something not new, something that's been going on for a while in society. A lot of people have dealt with bullying. I've dealt with bullying growing up as well. The thing about bullies, though, is that oftentimes the reason that people bully is out of insecurity, that their own life isn't satisfying, so they have to pick on someone else, someone they feel is smaller than them. And obviously it doesn't make it right, but the fact that people have to pick on someone smaller than them just to make themselves feel better, or it happens a lot, and it's stuff that, like I said, I went through, which is why I can't stand bullying. I don't like bullies. But I will say, hey, when it comes to bullies, you have to stand up for yourself. Don't let yourself get out of character, obviously, but stand up for yourself and stand up to bullies. Sadly, oftentimes you have bullies in life. They could be school bullies, they could be workplace bullies, they could be bullies in everyday life. Bullies, is what I've learned, is that bullies come in all shapes and sizes, but you can't let them get the upper hand on you. You have to fight back, whether physically or verbally or emotionally or otherwise. Is don't let bullies win. And if you're someone who's bullying, stop. Bullying is not cool. It's not okay. And you're only making yourself look worse by bullying someone else, by having to, like, your life is that empty that you feel the need to pick on someone else. That's pathetic. And what I've learned is some people bully, like I said, out of insecurity, because things in their life isn't going right, so they have to take it out on someone else. But you have to stand up for yourself against bullying. And if you want to try to sympathize and try to win the bullies over to your side, that's one thing. But otherwise, stand up for yourself and don't let bullies win. And because there's bullies in all walks of life, they come in all shapes and sizes, and you can't let them win. But nevertheless, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. Turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video, so you can see as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments below your reaction to anything I talked about in this video. But thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Peace.